All right, gang, welcome back to another Band of Brothers. Wake up humans. You call it. We've named it. We're leading the way in this principal chiropractic movement. My boy, Dr. Drew Henderson, and the DE boys that'll be coming on board over the next couple weeks. How you doing, brother?
Man, I am so good. I'm ready for this week. It's the air is crisp with the fall in the air. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I love it. I
I
love this
landed
time of the
last
year.
night. I got back to my
Yeah.
apartment around midnight and I got up to go to the gym this morning and it was like 59 degrees. In Florida, it's 91 at 5:30 in the morning. And here it's freaking 59 degrees. I'm like, this is sweet.
Yeah, I love it. Love that crispness. Just it's great, man. We live in a life that I just can't imagine I would have been here 30 years ago.
Well, God had a bigger plan, right, man?
He did.
You
He
couldn't
did.
have
We just
you
got to
couldn't
say
have.
yes, sir.
And
Yeah, got
listen,
to
I
say
want
yes,
to I want
sir.
to open this discussion up and what people need to realize because I have people who will text me and they're saying, "Man, thank you that radio station that you guys put out is absolutely amazing." I said, "Look, we had nothing to do with that, and people need to know this because he won't toot his own horn, but that was 100% Drew Henderson. That was your idea. You put it together, and you're freaking brilliant, bro."
Yeah, I mean, it's you know me, I don't want accolades, but I was sitting around thinking like we talk about like what would BJ Palmer do in 2025?
Yeah.
Well, we know what he done in 1952. He had WOC, Wonder Chiropractic Radio Station.
Yeah.
Had Ronald Reagan his first job in entertainment. So I'm like, well, shoot, we can do that now. It's just a little bit different. We don't have to have an antenna. It's all online, 24/7 chiropractic radio.
So tell people what it is, where it is, how to find
Yeah,
it.
WDER. That's it. You can go to Dynamic Essentials Facebook page. I'll do another post so we'll be up at the top. And
In it.
if you want to, yeah, and if you want to, there's an app, but if you want to make it easier, when you go to that web page, I'll put the link on. Um, Share that web page, but don't share it with anybody. Just have it share to your homepage, and then you one click, and you're listening to 24/7 chiropractic audio. It's
People
great,
love
dude.
it, man. People are loving it.
Yeah. I mean, just this past week, we had almost 1,000 hours listened to um, just this past week.
And why is this important, Drew?
Well, I mean, we get lost real easy. If you don't stay plugged in, if you don't if you don't hear something constantly, you're gonna veer off. The gate is narrow. We know that the gate is narrow. Um, it's a narrow gate to go through. But after that, the path is narrow too. We have to stay on that narrow path because it's not just going through the gate and then it's a big pasture. Like the path is narrow too, and we have to stay on track. We have to stay on that path. We have to stay grounded and connected, just like in chiropractic. If we're disconnected, it all turns to crap.
Hmm.
Same thing with us. We can't be disconnected. And if it helps two people stay connected out of the like 3,200 that's already listening, um, it's worth it.
And what happens when people get disconnected?
Oh, dude, just watch the news.
That's the
Watch
that's
the
one of the
news.
best lines I ever got from you when you said at DE once, if you want to see what subluxated people are doing, watch the news.
Yep, yep. It's you know, relationships fall apart. Your practice falls apart.
Yeah.
Home life falls apart. You're just angry all the time.
Yeah.
You don't have to have it that way. It can be different.
It can be
You know,
different. And people
just
that
stay
end up,
connected.
and people that end up under proper chiropractic care realize that life is just different.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
And there's a band of brothers out there just for you. There's sisters, brothers, they, them, everything, whatever it is. There's somebody out there that's in our circle that you can vent to and have a shoulder to lean on.
Yeah. And listen, I know, brother, you're the quiet one, man, but you get more shit done behind the scenes that shows up in the forefront. that people want to give credit to us loudmouths, but we won't let them. That's what Banner Brothers is all about. You're the
That's
smartest one in the group, man. You're an innovator. And this radio thing I mean, you put that together fast. Like it was an idea, what, 6 weeks ago? You mentioned it to us.
yeah,
Next
yeah.
thing you know, it's like click here.
Yeah, and I had it fixed for a little while, and I'm like, I just need to keep testing this thing out. I don't want it to launch and then it go berserk and not work, you know. But
Yeah,
it's but when you get those thought flashes, that's
right,
the thing. You have to act on them, whatever that is. If it's move your office, go move your office.
right.
If it's whatever it is, if you're in school and you're like, I need to go back to my hometown, but I'm really drawn to Rhode Island. Go to Rhode Island,
Yeah,
wherever. Go listen to that thought flash.
yeah. It's you and I were talking about what to talk about today, and I've really had this on my mind because I was in a place this past weekend where there was a quote unquote chiropractic conference going on. It was the farthest thing from chiropractic, right? It was every modality, and you would have thought I was at a physical therapy conference, and people are showing up because they get CEUs and taking pictures, and it's to me it's total garbage, and it's kind of like patients that early on, if they're not educated properly, will say, oh, I need a good crack today. And that just goes up your spine because it's disrespectful to the profession. We don't crack, we adjust,
Hmm.
right? We're going to analyze for subluxation. If you're subluxated, we're going to adjust you. We don't crack. We
Hmm.
don't talk like that. And there's very little times where I'll be really serious or come down on a patient in office other than those circumstances.
Yeah.
And it's really got me thinking about this whole Cracker Barrel thing that's taken place in society.
Hmm.
And you see the memes and stuff going on. But that Cracker Barrel was what? The vision of two brothers?
Yeah. Yeah.
Two brothers.
And I think in like 1968 or so, I mean, it was, 75 years ago.
Yeah. A very successful, good old Southern, homegrown cooking in that
Yeah.
farmhouse feel where you walk in. And people are telling me now when you walk in, it's like Friendlies, or it's like with just like booths and kind of barren, like they've taken away the whole everything that their purest essence and what made them special was removed overnight. And I think they're like you know $250 million in the hole since that decision was made, right? And I don't know today, I don't watch the news, maybe it's higher today.
Hmm.
One
Yeah.
poor
It's backwards. And like, it's that consistency. Like, go on a road trip. If it's over 5, 6 hours, you're stopping at a Cracker Barrel. You're
yeah.
just stopping. You're gonna steal a couple of little jars of syrup. You're gonna do that just because they're like, where can I get a little jar like this? You're gonna take that with you. They're gonna have all the old stuff on the walls, and but now they have mimosas and beer.
Do they
Do
really?
you know that? Yeah. And
Oh,
and I'm not against mimosas, but it's not what you do at Cracker Barrel.
right.
Cracker Barrel is different. That's an American icon. You don't do mimosas and beer there. That's like going to your grandma's house and like drinking Jägermeister, which
They've lost
maybe you
the
do.
brand. They blew up their brand, is what they did. I mean, it's you go in there and you feel like you're going to like grandma's house and she's cooking for you,
Yeah. Yeah.
and the waitress has a nice little southern twang, and I feel like it's personal. Like I'm not in like a fast food restaurant, a big fireplace.
Yeah. With real wood. And now they have fake fireplaces.
Right.
And I think the crux of it is it was familiar. You went in, you knew what you were going to get. It was familiar, it was consistent.
Yeah.
But
And it
now
had tradition. It had a family history and tradition that was consistent as well.
yeah. And then the little country store and go in there and like, I've never bought a quilt there, but you always look at them. You're like, oh, that would be a good quilt,
Right.
you know, and the old timey candy you can get in the store. But
Yeah.
it's gone, man. It's different. But it's funny you bring that up because like what can we learn from that in our practice in the profession?
Well, what is chiropractic and what was designed to do? And now people want to modernize it and make it something else, something that they feel people need more or more modern. And it takes away the truest purpose of what it was designed for.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, just like us, like we have these two hands right here,
Yeah.
and as long as there's sick people to get well, we'll use them.
Yeah.
That's from D.D. Palmer when he was arrested. He said that on the stand when he
Right.
was getting um, incarcerated for practicing medicine without a license. But there's not a cold laser. There's not a that new thing they do, shock wave.
They keep changing.
That's
Cold
yeah.
laser, hot laser, shock wave.
It don't matter.
Yeah.
Medical sign later, it's all the same,
Yeah.
and just because it's the new thing doesn't mean that's what we should be doing. But now I'm sure that those things work. I'm sure they give relief of symptoms, which is great, but that's not chiropractic. If
It's
you
not
go to the
chiropractic.
dentist and he wants to do a colon exam on you, need to find a new dentist.
Yeah. Well, what's the core identity of chiropractic, right?
Mhm.
Our identity is the subluxation.
Yep,
Find it, fix
subluxation.
it, leave it alone. And that's what chiropractic means, right? By hand
Mhm.
only. And it's finding a subluxation and correcting it. I mean, that's what guys went to jail for. That's the
Yep.
whole bell tower at Life University. And now you got guys pissing on the profession doing physical therapy. And I had a conversation with someone this weekend who, what they're worried about now is the medical profession now starting to do chiropractic and the physical therapists are starting to do chiropractic. And I'm like, well, they're not doing chiropractic because it's not pure. And you've been doing physical therapy for years. And now you're upset for them for trying to do what we do. I said, you created this battle. If we just
Yeah.
stuck to chiropractic and focused on educating the public on how life is just better without a subluxation and referred people out for a physical therapist if he needs, they got a knee injury or a shoulder injury. And all the physical therapists around here, none of them are using this shockwave, red light, none of this stuff. And I'm like, why? They're like, well, we don't find it beneficial. They're working on
Mhm.
people by hand. They're stretching them and massaging them and deep tissue and PNF stretching, all kinds of stuff. I'm like, if that stuff is so great, how come every physical therapist is not using it?
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. And that's it. I think like when you said that they're not practicing chiropractic, they're not because they can do some manipulations. It's not in a chiropractic adjustment. It's not even close to an adjustment. Manipulations, um, but they do not recognize the vertebral subluxation as we do.
Right.
That's the difference right there. Is
That's our
that
identity.
subluxation? Yeah, it chokes off life from
Yeah,
above down, inside out. And when you remove that interference, we function and perform and heal just the way that we were designed to.
that's
It's
right.
not to take away symptoms, not to take away symptoms. It's just releasing that riblet of force above, down, inside out so we can function,
Yeah, we
heal.
just got a we just got a family in a couple of weeks ago. The father just wasn't responding at their chiropractor. Well, he wasn't being adjusted, and he was getting all this other stuff done. And he was here for 2 weeks, and he's like, dude, I'm a whole different person. His whole family's coming now, and he's referred 5 families that they're friends with that are all coming now because of what's happening. And he said he loves the fact that we specialize in one major thing that could change his life, and that's the adjustment.
Yeah, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And patients feel that authenticity. When we're authentic in what we know and what we believe, they
Yeah.
feel that, and then it's just like moth to a flame.
And it's honesty too. Because look, I could do all that stuff and make a hell of a lot of money. So I'm making a
Mhm.
very poor business decision by not doing
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
You can make a lot of money doing this stuff. But to me, it's not our core values and it's not ethical and principled in the walk in life that we've chosen as a chiropractor.
No, no, I was telling somebody in Augusta last weekend when we were over there putting on continuing ed hours that I know I'm leaving a lot of money on the table, but I'm 1,000% okay with that, because I sleep real good at night,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know,
Your
and
patience.
and
That your
and
patience.
and that doesn't mean you're poor. That
No.
just means I'm not taking that money.
Yeah.
It's but we are rooted in service in chiropractic. Principal chiropractic is rooted in service, not in
Right.
machines. It's in service. It's patient centered. It's authentic. It's principled. It's it's fair and transparent. This is what we do.
Right.
You know,
Right.
it's
Well, and it's knowing what we do. Right now, our company, Life Family Chiropractic, we're going through an exercise with our team leaders on what our core values are and what we stand for. And every decision we make down the road is going to be based off that. Is it falling within those parameters? If it's not, then the answer is no. But the entire leadership team needs to know the core values and our principles and what we stand for and what we do.
yeah,
And if it doesn't fall within that realm, it's a strong no.
yeah,
Regardless if it makes you more money or increases profit margins. Because one of the things we're seeing, and you'll see this with these chiropractic conglomerates, right, that are opening practices and bringing students in out of school that claim to be all chiropractic. Now all of a sudden you wake up and they're not. My daughter was
mhm,
walking by one of their offices and she looked in the window and saw a whole rack of vitamins on the wall and took a picture and she said, "This doesn't make sense. The name on the building doesn't match what they're doing.
yeah,
It's diluted." And I'm like,
yeah,
exactly, exactly. Which is going to weaken the organization over time because now it's not living to their purest identity or their core values. It's now become nothing but a business, which, like Cracker Barrel, who's trying to make all these people happy, they're actually making more people unhappy to the
mhm,
tune of losing close to $300 million within days of the decision. Imagine that.
mm. That's
Imagine that.
crazy. And that CEO is going to be stepping down. And the place that has all the vitamins that say they're only fully chiropractic, but they're doing everything else, and it's really like a quarter chiropractic.
Right,
They're 30 years from now, I'll be surprised if they're still open.
right.
Because patients want authenticity. They want to know where we stand. They want to know what we do.
Yeah,
And they want to see us live it.
yeah.
They want to see us live it. Like we have to be true to ourselves. And if being true to you is a mixer, go be a mixer. It's all right. Just be you. Don't say you're something else.
Be honest though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Be honest
I'd
about it.
rather someone say, "Bro, I make a shitload of money. I don't want to see a lot of people. I just want a big profit margin. I do this stuff." I have complete respect for that. I don't like the
Yeah.
fact that they're doing it, but if it's a business model, just be honest. Don't say, "Well, it helps with the subluxation and it helps with the shoulder and helps with the elbow." That's not what chiropractic was designed to do. That's physical therapy. And you're
Yeah.
disrespecting an entire profession by doing that. These people that bust their ass, go to physical therapy school, study and train in it. And we don't have that training. These
Mm,
modalities, we're not learning them in school,
mm.
and these guys are reading a manual and charging people lots of money, and it's not part of our training. And I don't know how the hell they get away with that.
No,
How
me
do
either.
state associations allow that? It's not part of our, because the verbiage in our licensure frees it up, doesn't make it right
Mhm.
because the
No,
the verbiage is very weak.
no. And just because you can doesn't mean that you should.
Right.
I know in Georgia, um, I teach Georgia law and rules for the state for continuing ed. Um, in Georgia, you have to get 120 hours of course credit before you can do any modalities, before you can do them, before you can bill for them, anything. Um, I made sure I never got that 120 hours. So, like, I can't even do a hot pack or cold pack in the office. or I'm practicing outside my round, which I'm great with. I'm
Yeah,
great with. Ice pack don't move a bone,
no,
you
no.
know. And and I knew I would never do that, but I had to make sure that I set myself up and have guardrails so it was impossible for me to do that.
And every time I get a postcard in the mail from these companies that sell these things, it's all about how I can make more money. It's never about how it helps people. And
Mhm,
I'm going to start saving them and putting them on our board out there to show people like
mhm,
this is all. And what's funny is it's not even funny, but a lot of these things aren't going to be around in about a year. There's going to be the next machine. So these people that
mhm.
go out and spend 85 grand, they got to make money real quick to pay it off and then hopefully make money. But then the pool gets diluted, right? And then there's going to be the next machine that these guys are going to jump to. Like they're the low hanging fruit and they're going to go get the next magic thing. It started with, TENS units, ultrasound, hydroculators, cold laser, hot laser, shock wave. I mean, it's just going to keep changing because they're going to keep selling them the next gimmick $85,000 machine, and then once it gets diluted, they come out with the next one, the next one, the next one's better. Technology's changed. You can't beat the two hands and the healing power of the human body when it lives with a clear atlas. You can't beat that. There's no other profession
No,
that's capable of doing that.
no. Somebody gets cut, they're going to heal up. 2 minutes after they die, if they get cut, it don't matter what you do. You can adjust them. You can put a hydrocolator pad on it. You can do cold laser. You can do shock wave, whatever you want. That cut will not heal because that life is not in there anymore. And
Right.
the only thing chiropractic does is remove interference to that life so we can heal the way we were designed.
That's it.
That's it. Like nothing else. And these people that's getting this machine, that machine, how embarrassing is it to be like 5, 6, 7 years later, be like, yeah, that's not the best. Um, it's this one. It's this one. And that's where that trust comes in out, where I never trust anybody that that says that there is a blizzard coming that also sells the snow shovels. You
Right.
know, don't trust them.
Yeah.
Don't trust them because it just don't pan out. And talking about being real and transparent, patient asked me today, he like, let me ask you something. I'm like, what's that? What do you think about an inversion table? I'm like, well, I think mechanically it makes sense. That may not be bad. It may make you feel good, but like, and this is like a 60-year-old man. I'm like, but what would our parents say? They're like, don't hang your head off the bed. Your face is turning red. But now what happens when you get a little age on you? Your arteries and veins get a little bit more fragile. You're hanging upside down like Dracula. Next thing you know, you have an aneurysm
Right.
because it's increasing that the intravenous and intrathecal pressure so much.
Yeah.
I'm not even talking about on your spine. I'm just talking about the other stuff. Like maybe that's not the best thing to do.
Right.
It just don't make sense to me. I don't want to do that. I don't want that pressure up in my head,
Yeah. You got to be
you know.
careful.
Yeah. Like it's not just a mechanical thing. There's a lot of other stuff going on with that.
Right. We got to be careful.
We do. It's we don't have to be everything to everybody.
Right.
But we
Well,
do have to hang on to this foundation that we have.
the biggest thing now is, there's a lot of great groups within our profession that have the same thought process that we need to start coming together and start putting a message out there together supporting this. So the world can have a congruent message on what chiropractic is and how it could add value to their family. Period.
Yeah.
And once we could do that, we'll make a pivotal shift in the entire healthcare system. So that's where
Mhm.
we're really focusing on is all like-minded people coming together because we don't have to have the number one voice. We all be the voice together. And that's where
Mhm.
our true power comes in. Let's promote chiropractic. Let's not focus on which we've been doing right now, is what other people are doing that's not chiropractic. Let's come together and focus on what chiropractic is and come up with a singular message that could mom could listen to at home. She may be walking around cleaning the house right now, listening to this and saying, you know what? I want a principled chiropractor. Because now she
Mhm.
knows what a principal chiropractic office looks like, what the adjustment is supposed to do, what the outcome is, and how it could change the entire health status of their entire family, and what
Mhm.
that means. We had a woman come in today. She's a physical therapist, and she's seen so many patients that she's taken care of in the past for sports injuries and everything that have promoted and talked about how their life has been changed here, getting adjusted, that she came in today with her two children and started up care.
That's awesome.
Just because she's like, I want this for my kids. I see how people talk about it, even though
Mhm.
she's heard different stories, right? Because she's a physical therapist. She's like, I don't give a shit about that. I want my kids to be healthy and I want this. And she's starting care because she's hearing it from the people. So when the people are
Mhm.
educated properly on what real chiropractic is, they talk to each other.
Yeah. And then they go out in droves to the public and they keep talking.
Right.
They keep talking, man. It's um had a patient of mine. He's been a patient forever. Him and this other guy were riding bikes. They were coming up behind the office. I was just working, um, like on a Saturday or so. He texted me. He's like, "See your truck in the back. Are you there?" I'm like, "Yeah." So I went door to let him in, and this guy, his friend is a physical therapist,
Yeah.
pediatric physical therapist, I think. And he's like, we just talked a minute and just jammed. And he's like, I think we need to come in, And this was last week. He hadn't got in yet, but I have nothing against any PTs. I don't care. I know
PTs
everybody
are
got to
great.
get
They're
adjusted.
great. They're great at what they do, PTs. And
Yeah,
we're great at what we do when we stick to what we do.
yeah, yeah. We're not trying to. They're two totally different, separate, distinct things.
Right.
They're not the same at all. But
Right.
patients, they want to know what we stand for. If we're wishy-washy, they're going to be.
That's it.
They have to know where we stand.
That's it. And when they can lay on a table and have full trust and
Mhm.
know that the intention and integrity are there, you've got a lifetime patient.
Mhm.
When they understand the value to their life and they trust you and they know you're coming from the right place and you're not using them, to make a buck, you've got a
Yeah,
patient for life. And
yeah.
you've seen it in your office. I mean, we've got patients we've been taking care of for over 20 years and their babies who are now driving themselves here to get adjusted, or even kids who are married now bringing their firstborn in. That's wild.
It is. It is.
That's when you know they're well educated.
Yeah, yeah. And I think um, I'm still young, but these kids that I saw when they were babies, like you said, they're having their own babies now.
Right.
And then they're bringing those babies in. And it's just like, oh man, like it's just so emotional sometimes to see like that impact of like, bro, I remember when you would come in here and talk like Elvis and you were a little bitty dude, just skin and bones, just legs and arms. That's all you were. And now you're a cop. You're bringing in like your family, and it just so overwhelming sometimes. Like the impact of that, you know.
So I think the ultimate message really is chiropractic. It's not about the crack because we got to respect what our core values are and the true value of chiropractic. And when you
Mhm.
steer away to maybe think you're making people happy like Cracker Barrel did,
Mhm.
you're ruining your brand, you're ruining your identity because you're pulling away from your core values, and it comes with a major price, and that's what Cracker Barrel's dealing with right now. And it
Mhm.
wasn't just this woman's decision that they have out in the forefront. I'm sure there was an entire board that voted on it and made that decision, and now they're reeling. They're reeling to try to get back their core identity, or they're going to be claiming bankruptcy.
Yeah, yeah. It's sad when you think about it. It's a good brand that doesn't have to be going through this.
No.
And for us, we just can't stray from our roots. We know what our roots are. Um, we can't stray from them. And if you're a little confused, I'll put that WDER post up again with Chiropractic Radio. Go listen to that. Come to DE. Um, lock in. If you're a little confused on what our purpose is,
And
you
this
need to
is the
get back.
accountability that BJ talked about with slipping and checking. And this is why doctors sit at DE 4 times a year, and we still do. You show up when you feel yourself slipping, we'll help check you, create accountability. That's what Band of Brothers at Purist is. It's not about, look at me or it's our identity. It's truly because we love this profession so much and you and your success that someone like Drew will wake up and create this radio station to fill your brain every single day and keep you on purpose so you're not slipping.
Yep, yep. And set the record straight. Everybody at DE slips and checks constantly.
Right.
Nobody's got it together. Like we're slipping and checking. I'm thankful, Steve, for you and some other people that continue to check me after 20 plus years of knowing you. You know, it's that constant battle of just getting better, just getting better.
And I'll close it out with this. I put a post on Facebook, I think it was yesterday, and it's the story that the only bird that it will attack an eagle is a crow. It'll jump on its back and peck it while it's flying. And the eagle, instead of focusing on the crow or trying to knock him off, just soars higher to a height where the crow can't breathe anymore and either lets go or dies because they can't live at the standard or the elevation that an eagle can, that the crow lives low, lives to a low standard. And as pure principle chiropractors, we just got to elevate to a higher level and blow up what we do on a higher level and just naturally just drown out the negativity and the noise and show the world what it is we do. And that's our ultimate message.
That's it. That's it. Just rise to the task that you were created to fill. Just
Amen.
rise to it. Like you can do this thing. If you're doubting, don't.
Right.
Like if I can do it, if you can do it, man, um, I swear anybody can.
Amen, brother. Listen, I love and appreciate you, bro. Thank you for
Yep.
all you do. I
Yeah,
always
love y'all too, my man.
You're the one that walks softly and carries a big stick, brother. And we love and appreciate you big time. And everyone listening to this should. And I hope they share this message with the profession or the moms in their practice so that they can get their babies into your office, get that atlas clear, and soar at a whole new level, baby.
That's it, man. That's it.
God bless you, brother. Love you.
Yeah, man. Yep, love you.